لا إله إلا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: النكاح من سنتي. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الحبيب الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Brothers, in these times there are many important topics to be discussed. One of them is inheritance. The other one, top on the list, is we are facing many problems. We reach a stage where drugs was a problem. We basically just passed it and it's gone out of control. The second one was divorce, which we will be discussing just now. And the third one, most important and very serious one, we thought that when we listen to the hadith of Rasulullah, we thought it's going to come at another time and another generation, but we are witnessing it right now, and that is people losing their iman. In these times, Allahu Akbar, it's very frightening, where Rasulullah said a person will be a Muslim in the morning, by the evening he loses iman. A person will be a Muslim in the evening, by the morning he loses iman. This is also one very important topic that needs to be discussed. But topic for today is basically nikah, but not nikah only as nikah. What directions that were given is what problems people are facing in nikah. Whether a person is married for a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, 50 years. As a person is longer in the nikah, he's supposed to be getting more and more experience, and he's supposed to know how to live and how to handle the problem of nikah. Firstly, if you go, let's go to a general prescription. There's quite a bit that can be said, but let's go basic and whatever many people are facing today. Allah Ta'ala says, وَجَعَلْنَا بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. When a person makes nikah, two different souls, man and woman. Let's take one example. Boy and girl holding hands and walking on the road. What's everybody going to say? Hey, what's wrong with these people? Look at them. They got no shame. They're walking like this. Let the same girl, same boy walk on the same road. What will everybody say? Hey, mashallah, look at them. They're so happy. Everybody is giving dua. What is the difference? The same couple were walking before. Everybody was very angry and cross. The same couple walking now, people are happy and they're giving dua. The difference is when the people saw the couple the second time, they had made nikah and now they are walking. By making nikah, now they are halal upon one another, and everybody says, mashallah, Allah keep them happy. That's the difference. One word, nikah tuha, makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. And normally the West, what they said, their attitude is, till death do us part. Islamically, no. Not two things came from Jannah and two things must go back to Jannah. Two things that came from Jannah. One is iman. Adam alayhi salam came into Jannah with that iman. And the second one is nikah. Adam alayhi salam's nikah was made in Jannah. And those two things must go back with a person to Jannah. And that is why one of the khutbah, when the nikah khutbah is read, one of the ayats, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatih. Oh Allah, oh people, fear Allah as He needs to be feared. Wala tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. And do not die except in the state of iman. Means you got to leave this dunya, you got to leave this world with iman. Al-i'tabaru bil khawatim. The way, kama tahyon tamutun, wa kama tamutun tub'athun o tuhsharun. The way you live, that's how you're going to die. And the way you die, that's how you're going to be resurrected on the day of Qiyamah. You die with iman, you'll be resurrected with iman. So that's the one. The other one is nikah. Nikah was made in Jannah. And when a person makes nikah in this world, this nikah has got to go back with him, not till he dies, unto Jannah. Unto Jannah. And just going further up, where Allah Ta'ala says we have made this nikah one where Allah Ta'ala says we have given love and compassion in the heart of the couple. And when a person makes nikah with this intention, it is sunnah. There must and most definitely will be barakah. That is why one of the ingredients of a successful nikah, compassion and caring. The couple must have mercy and they must have feeling for one another. They must have compassion on one another. If they have compassion on one another, they will be able to bear everything that comes with it. Why? You have love for the wife has love for the husband. Never mind, we are two different bodies but one soul, and we will live together and we will die together, but we are going through this life together. And when this happens, you can see the benefit and the peace and the comfort. Any nikah that is absolutely smooth sailing, something is wrong. That small hurdles must come. That hurdle will prove how good you are in attending to the problem and solving the problem. And the first prescription on that is compassion and caring for one another. The second one, compromise. When you make nikah, firstly let us understand one thing. When that woman got married, what did she do? She sacrificed her freedom. She sacrificed the comfort and pleasure of her parents' home. She sacrificed all that to come to your house. And let's be honest, at the back of the mind, I'm getting married, I'm going into a new life. Inshallah, I'm going to get such a prince. Forget prince, I'm going to get such a king who's going to look after me, and together we're going to make a very successful life together. When she comes and she sees something else, just on one negative, a few girls were not getting married. Parents came, Maulana, we got a problem, just speak to this girl, she don't want to get married. Okay, tell the parents, you go outside, we'll talk to her alone. What was her attitude? Why are you not getting married? You have a problem. She said, Maulana, when the one girl, it was very embarrassing for her. She said, when I see my father bashing my mother up, when I see other homes, men bashing their woman up, I don't want to go into marriage like that. I'm sorry. I'd rather stay alone. I'd rather be peaceful alone than go into a place where every day is war. I don't want that. And the reason? There's no compassion, number one, no compromise. There's got to be a compromise situation where both couple feels we have to give and take, and we have to sacrifice for one another. And the third one, most important one, and this is a very, very, very important word in counseling. Communication, communication, and communication. Very, very important. In these three ingredients, in a marriage, in a household, in a society, in a country, in a business, very, very important for every one of those organizations to be successful. These three ingredients must be there. Maulana Masihullah Rahmatullah Alayh, he narrated one incident. There will be quite a few things mentioned in random order. He said, one day a lady was standing outside the house with a child. So the husband came and he saw the woman, he saw his wife with the child outside, and he flipped. What are you doing outside? And normal F's and B's and whatever else. And he blew his top, he got angry. Why are you standing outside with this? And in the anger, he gave talaq. In the anger, he gave talaq. That woman is shocked. Wait, give me a chance. I'm not interested. Why are you standing outside? So he goes to the Imam of the town, and she also goes. So the Imam of the town asked him, now what happened? Maulana, she's standing outside with my child. So he asked the woman, can you explain what happened? Why are you standing outside? So she said, Maulana, there was a snake in the house. I was afraid that snake would harm the child or harm me. For that reason, I'm standing outside. So the man said, why didn't you tell me? The woman said, you never gave me a chance. You never gave me a chance to explain. If you had just given me the chance, I should have told you why I'm standing outside. You just shot that bullet and that was it. Lack of patience, lack of sabr, and lack of communication. Why didn't you ask? Why did you not ask? So communication is very, very, very important in a marriage. One lady, she got married. So the man came on, and I got a problem. What's wrong? The woman says, I'm a career woman. I don't cook in the house. Full stop. I'm a career woman. I work in the corporate world. I have meetings. I do this. I don't cook in the house. Why did you get married? You're supposed to be looking after. And the sad part is, she tells the husband, I don't need you. I don't need your money because my salary is 10 times yours every month. He's got no say in the house. That's another problem. I'm earning more than you. If you want to, there's a door, you go out, I can manage on my own. That's other problems you are having. Then, one of the friends, men, when they're not married, they have their friends. When they have friends, either every night or at least every weekend, you're out with your friends, you're having a party, you go here, you go there, you go every... When you get married, full stop with the friends. Tell the friends, thank you very much. We were friends, we are still friends. I've got an added responsibility. I've got to pay attention there, not with you anymore. I cannot pay attention with you anymore. And what the woman say, Maulana, he's got his friends. Since I'm married, he doesn't spend time with me at all. He's all the time with the friends. Spend quality time with your wife and children. That is where your sawab is. That is where your ibadat is. And that is where the success of your marriage is. Another problem, when friends, you must tell the families, tell the woman at home, if I am not at home, friends and my friends are not allowed in this house. If they have any work at all, they must come at night or any time when I am at home. When I am at home. And when friends come to the house, before was free for all. You walk in the house, you go anywhere, anything. When your friends come to your house, the limit is the lounge. You don't cross that lounge. Unless you want to use a bathroom, is fine. But other than that, you don't cross that lounge. You stay in the lounge. You're welcome to come and visit me, but the visit must be short. No more where you're free, you're alone, you're single. You can spend as much time as you want to with your friends. You have a wife, a child, you have a family. Your allegiance and your responsibility lies there now. Your responsibility lies there. Many other problems come forward, but one thing is, in a marriage again, in a household, in a business, in a society, and in the Muslim world, instead of demanding your rights, fulfill your rights. If you fulfill your rights, the wife fulfills her rights, you have a very, very brilliant and very, very a good marriage, a good household, a good society, and a good business. Why? Everybody is fulfilling their... The minute people start demanding their rights, you have a problem. And if everybody starts demanding rights, on a very light note, jolly note, a woman tells the husband, you know what, Islamically, it is not my duty to cook for you, and Islamically, it is not my duty to look after your mother. The man says, mashallah, Islamically 100% right. I don't disagree. It's your right. You're not forced to cook for me, and it's not your duty. But Islamically, I can get married to 4 women. I don't need your permission. She said, no, I'm sorry, I was just joking. I'm sorry, I was just joking. Why? You can marry 4 women. And the Arabs tell us, they tell the South Africans, what is wrong with you South Africans? You only got 1 woman. You must marry some more. But don't quote me at home there. End of the day, your friends come, they have a limit. This is where you go. The other big, the important aspect, one man is sitting in the lounge. His wife is preparing his meal in the kitchen. She's busy and he's hungry. And we always tell the woman, a hungry man is an angry man. Before the man comes home, make sure the children are all washed up and dressed. Make sure the house is clean. Make sure the food is cooked before he comes in. The minute he comes in, he's going to be hungry, he wants to eat. It must be ready. It must be ready. Not like today's families, when the husband walks in the house, what we going to order today, where we going to order from. That's not a Muslim home. You're supposed to be cooking and eating at home. That's where the barakat lies. That is where the barakat lies. So, this man is sitting in the lounge. He wants his shoes. And he screams to his wife, bring my shoes. Everybody lift your seat. Your shoe is 3 meters away from you. Your wife is preparing your meal in a kitchen. She must leave that, come and give your shoe when you can stand up 3 meters away, pick your shoe up and put it on. That's how easy it was. Why did you have to trouble her to come all the way? And then when the food is burnt, you still squeal. The food is burnt. Yes, it's burnt because you called her from the kitchen to the lounge. And another thing, menfolk appreciate the khidmat and service the woman is doing. The hijrat, in Islam we have many, 3 different kinds of hijrat. Hijrat means migration. The one hijrat is the hijrat and migration Rasulullah did from Makkah Mukarramah to Medina Munawwara. The second hijrat, the very, very important one for which all of us have to prepare, the hijrat from this world to the akhirah. That's one hijrah. And the one hijrah the women they make hijrah from their parents' house to your house. They left all that behind to make your khidmat and serve you. Appreciate that sacrifice. Appreciate that sacrifice. And when the woman appreciates what a man does, and when men appreciate what the women are doing there, that will be a recipe for peace and comfort and pleasure in the house. Sometimes it happens. The woman, by mistake, salt is too much, salt is less, something happened. With a lot of sabr and patience, eat that food and do not complain. Eat that food, do not complain. If you want to make mention, not as a complaint, not as an argument, but just by mention, you know what, I think the salt is less, pass me some salt. That's permissible, yes. Not like, sometimes the woman is at home. The man is coming home from work or wherever. The minute he parks the car, she's on an edge. I just don't know what he's going to do when he enters the house. Is he going to flip? Is he going to swear? Is he going to fight? What he's going to do, I don't know. That should not be the attitude. The attitude should be, at least he's home, I'm happy, I got support, I got help. Why? Rasulullah, although being the greatest and most perfect human in history ever, he used to help with housework. He himself used to help with the housework. And if we say we're going to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah, we're also supposed to be helping with the housework at home. And try and make it such. Another one, compromise one. There's a certain meal you don't like. Don't tell her, you know what, don't ever cook this in my house. I don't like it. Why? She likes it. Give her a chance. Let her cook it. She wants to eat. Tell her, right, fine. The certain meal, I don't like it. You like it. You cook for you that, I got no problem, but cook for me something else. Cook for me something else, no problem. And when there's that affection, the confidence and trust must be there. One day at night after a program, we're going home. And a woman runs out of the house to answer a cell phone. I told the driver, you know what, stop, reverse. He said, Maulana, leave her, man, she's answering the cell phone. I said, yes, I know. Leave her? No, reverse. We got back, went into the house. Maulana, you in our house, what's happening today? I said, can I ask you a question? She said, yeah. I said, what? You answered the cell. It was so easy for you to answer your cell phone in the house. Why did you have to go outside to answer your cell phone? We say in Urdu, kuch dal mein kala hai, something is wrong. Why did you answer yourself? Men folk, same thing. They're not innocent either. They're not innocent either. Why must the man lock his phone and the woman lock her phone? I can't get access to your phone, you can't get access to my phone. If that happens, both are hiding something. Both of you are hiding something. So, there's one particular family. When the man comes home, he puts his phone there. She knows the password of the phone. She can go through it. If anybody phones, she's got permission to answer the phone. He says, I got nothing to hide. Go ahead, go through it. She says, no, I trust you now because your phone is there. You don't have to go to the bathroom to answer your phone. You don't have to go outside. You don't need another phone. And this phone has caused a lot of broken marriages. Has caused a lot of broken marriages. Another thing is trust and confidence. Trust and confidence in one another. The man must trust the woman must trust the man. And in that way, as long as you apply Islamic law, Islamic rule, you will see the barakat, blessing and everything that happens there. If husband and wife having an argument, never ever have an argument in the presence of the children. Never. Don't. You're going to break them from now. And it happened. One boy got married and he started bashing his wife up. They asked him, how can you lift your hand on a woman? He said, my father does it. I thought it's permissible. It's good. If my father was doing it at home, I saw that, this must be okay. It must be all right. It must be permissible. If he can do it in his house, I'll do it in my house. That's what he saw in his house. He's doing it when he got married. So what they see and what they learn at home. If there's an argument, the husband and wife must have an agreement. Look, if there's an argument, both of us are angry, extremely, extremely angry. One of us must walk away, move away. And the understanding is, when we move away, the understanding must be, I'm not running away from the problem. I'm merely moving away because both of us are angry. When there's two hot heads, you cannot solve a problem. Let us cool off. Once we get our mental stability back, once our anger cools off, and once this happens, then we can sit and say, no, where is the problem? What happened? Come to the root of the problem and discuss it. And honestly, the problems we handle, most of the times, arguments are for absolutely stupid, petty things. Things that, can you fight about a thing like this? Can you fight about a thing like this? They say, Maulana, we thought it's serious, but after thinking about it, there was no need to even have an argument. Problem is, you did not discuss it properly. So if there's an argument, one of the partners move away. You know, Maulana Mashiullah Khan Sahib Rahmatullah Alayhi say, he used to say, anger, if I can find anger somewhere, I will slaughter it. It's such a bad, crazy thing in a marriage, in a household, anywhere. And most of the time, the divorce and talaq is given in the state of anger. Never ever have we seen a situation, it sounds funny, that a man comes home, he tells his wife, I love you so much, we're living so nice together, I'm so happy with you, let me give you one talaq. Never happened. In happiness, who gives talaq? Nobody. Only when you're angry. At that time, and there's one principle in law as far as talaq is concerned. Never ever, and if ever. Never ever, don't ever mention the word of talaq. Never. Khalas, finished. And if ever, if there's a need, you tried and tried and tried. Now, you've reached a stage, you know what, I don't know where am I going to. Contact a learned person, contact an imam, contact somebody. This is my problem. What do I do? Where do I go? And one major misunderstanding among the Muslim community, that the nikah is not broken until I give 3 talaqs. Wrong. Totally wrong. Never ever think of giving a talaq, forget 3, not even 1. Husband must regard his wife's mother and father as his own mother and father. The wife must do the same. Husband's mother and father and the wife's mother and father, regard them as my parents. The way you respect your parents, you have 3 sets of parents in your life. The one set of parents are your own biological parents. The second set of parents, your teachers. Teachers, ustads, they are your spiritual parents. And your third set of parents are your in-laws. Treat them like your own, treat them like your parents. You will see the respect you get with that. You will see the respect. And once that if you're going to give your wife a difficult time, make her life difficult, remember she's somebody's daughter, she's somebody's sister also. If by chance she reaches, we had a stage, a woman says, Maulana, I've reached such a stage now, if I kill myself, it won't make a difference because I'm tired of life. I'm tired of life. If she makes a bad dua or a curse on you, and Allah Ta'ala accepts that bad dua and curse, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? The dua of an oppressed person is accepted. Don't reach that stage. And as long as you respect and have trust in one another, and at the same time, when this happens, once you have trust in one another, you will see that because of the trust, a person had to go somewhere for some work. As he was going, he stopped somewhere and he got off the car. Somebody passed him, oh, assalamu alaikum, how are you? It was another lady. He looked at her and said, he said, you forgot me. We were living in certain town and we were schooling together. What he did, respectfully, oh, how are you? You keeping well? Make dua, inshallah. And his wife was watching. Wife said, who's that? Oh, one of the school friends. That was it. Nothing further. Not a word further. The wife said, never mind. I will trust you on that. And if anything happens, you also learn to trust me in the same way. That confidence and remember we always tell people, if confidence and trust is broken, It takes a minute to break your confidence and trust. To rebuild that confidence and trust takes another lifetime. It takes another lifetime. What the woman or even the man, both sides, both ways, they say, Maulana, I've lost trust in this person. When do I start trusting him again? I can't trust him anymore. I don't know what he's capable of. And then the other problem is extramarital affairs in the Muslim community is gone totally out of control. Totally out of control. And the worst part is when there's a divorce, men separate, women separate, who pays the price of that? The children. They are used as pawns. The father will say something else, he'll buy their love. The mother will say something else, she'll buy their love as well. The children are lost in the middle. Where do they go to? Where do they go to? So if everybody fulfills their rights, this will be an absolute, perfect and easy solution for all families and marriages to go totally well. And you know, a marriage is only a couple hours. You make Nikkah, after the Nikkah you have a function. For that function, which is only a few hours, not even a whole day, months and months and months of preparation is taken. Thousands and thousands of rands are spent on that, for that little while only. For a Nikkah which is lifetime, no preparation at all is made. No preparation. At least if a boy or girl is getting married, go to an elderly person who's got experience, go to the imam, go to an alim. Maulana, I'm getting married, any advice? Let them give you that advice. Maulana Dayas and few other ulama, or certain person getting married, you know what, come and see me at home. Maulana's got a kitab there, the perfect knot. Read this. No lecture, no bayan, nothing. Over a cup of tea, over a glass of cold drink, Maulana will say, you know what, you're going into a new venture in life. You're getting married. These are the do's, these are the don'ts. This is how you're supposed to be leading your life. This is how you're supposed. And many people came back and said, you know what, the advice you gave there saved my marriage because I was on the verge of doing or saying something. Remember that one word of yours, never ever and if ever. I remembered that and I pulled back. I did not give the talaq. And when we sat down to discuss the problem, it was absolutely petty. Allah shukr, our life is saved, our marriage is saved, and our iman is saved. This is where what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. One day, a person was in the company of Maulana Masjid rahmatullahi. And just by the way, Maulana was giving a general talk on anger, the harms of anger. And remember, what you listen to in the bayan, what you listen to in lectures, you may be wondering, I'm listening to all this, when is it going to help me? When you need it, you'll realize, hold on, yeah, I need it now. And it's come forward, it's there now. This person, he listened to it, he went back home. And that man had an anger. He said, my anger was so terrible, I used to flip faster than a coin. And when my anger goes, I always tell people, you know, when you get angry, you lose your head. Whoever has lost his head, please find it very quickly. This guy said, I used to lose my head, I used to get angry. Then one day there was a major problem at home, and in that anger I was supposed to utter the word. What happened? I thought of the words of Maulana Masihullah rahmatullahi. He said, don't ever let your anger control you. Be careful when you are angry. Control yourself, control your anger, you'll save the situation. I just remembered that situation and that statement, and I pulled back. That saved his life. That saved his life. Let me just go through a few things. Let me give you the good news first. The good news is, it's about 8 pages of it. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going through all. I'm just joking. I won't be going through all. Another one, men and ladies. Let's go to the men first. You had a very, very difficult day at work. When you leave work, you come home, you leave your problem in the car. Don't take your problem in the house. Whatever difficult day you had, don't bring it into the house and say, I had such a difficult day and you're still eating my head up, and keep quiet. Don't let your difficult day at work affect your marriage at home. Leave your difficult day in your car at work. Leave it there. Don't bring it into the house. And when you enter, make salam loud. Assalamu alaikum. Second one, smile. this is one religion in the world that teaches you so many things. To smile at a Muslim brother is sadaqah and charity. If smiling at a Muslim brother is sadaqah and charity, what about smiling with your wife and children at home? Be good to them, smile at them. Another one, okay, let's go to the men's side. This is the women's side. I'm not sure if they're listening or not. I don't know. No, what do I call it, pillar receivers here now. Firstly, support your family as far as the expenses are concerned. And remember, when you spend on your family, make it very comfortable. They don't have to beg for things. They need food, they need clothes, they need anything else. Supply it, buy it, and give it to them. When you do this, this is your duty. This is your Islamic duty, and it is your responsibility to maintain them and make sure the expenses are met. Don't take it that you are doing them a favor. You're not. And don't remind them, I'm doing you a favor. I bought you this and I bought you. You know, you're doing nobody a favor. That's your duty. Allah Ta'ala has made it your duty to look after them. And with this one we mentioned, if there's compliment your wife when she cooks very, very well. If she cooks well, compliment her. One pious man came to a person's house, he was invited. After the meal, who's the owner of the house? You come here. Do me a favor. Just call your wife behind the door there. I just want to give her a message. So his wife came behind the door. The Maulana said, you know what? I must say, Jazakallah, from the bottom of my heart, you took so much of effort preparing this meal. I really enjoyed it. You cooked very, very, very well. Shukran, Jazakallah. And normally when there's a function at home, the men folk get all the thanks, the women get nothing. In the meantime, they made all the effort. The woman starts crying, and she's crying uncontrollable. Maulana said, Inna lillah, what did I do? Did I say something wrong? So he asked one of these people with him, just ask the lady, did I say something wrong? Why is she crying so much? She said, Maulana, I've been cooking all my life for this man here. Not once did he have the decency to say, Jazakallah for cooking for me. Not once. Not once. One day, man came home. He said, you know that Maulana came to my house? He cooked and he said, Jazakallah. So that day, after eating, he said, you know, today's meal is, mashallah, very nice, Jazakallah. She started crying again. He said, now what? He said, today the food came from the neighbor's house. The food came from the neighbor's house. And you're saying Jazakallah for that? When I cook, you don't even appreciate, no value, nothing at all. Let's go further. Share in upkeeping the house. Look after the house. Make sure you help in looking after the house. And this has been mentioned many, many times. A woman is born from the crooked rib. To straighten a crooked rib, you can mold it, but you cannot straighten it. So with all that, if you make sabr on that, you're going to be rewarded. There was one person, Mazhar Jana Rahmatullah alayh, absolutely pious man, but meticulous. He cannot tolerate a small piece of grass on the ground. Habis, so dirty, you can't even clean this grass. One day a person came home, he wanted to meet the Maulana there. Before he came, the Maulana was not at home, he's still coming home. As he's coming home, his wife started, you think you're a big buzrug, and she went to town with him, told him the whole lot of nonsense. He says, I came to him to get some advice and get dua, and his wife is hammering him to the ground. So he told Hazrat, your wife is telling you like this? She said, yes. The whole world thinks I'm a buzrug, but my buzrugi is tested with my wife's anger. I make sabr, I'm getting my sawab for that. And he was honest. I make absolute total sabr and patience. I don't tell her a word, nothing at all. This one is important. Learn to talk to her like you would like to be spoken to. If you like to, somebody must speak to your daughter or sister or mother in a good way. Speak to your wife. She's also somebody's daughter and sister. Speak to her in a nice way. Speak to her well, with respect. Absolute total. Give respect, you will get respect. You give respect, you will get respect. Learn to forgive your wife, and the wife must learn to forgive your husband. One person asked, how many times must I forgive my wife? He said, forgive her the amount of times you want Allah Ta'ala to forgive you. How many mistakes, how many gunas, how much disobedience you do to Allah Ta'ala, the amount you want Allah Ta'ala to forgive you, so many times and more, you must forgive your wife for that. You must forgive your wife for that. Again, a reminder, learn to communicate constructively. There must be open, transparent communication. Again, don't argue in front of the children, don't argue in public also. You go on shopping somewhere, you go to a function. In front of everybody, imagine you arguing and fighting with the wife. It's embarrassing and absolutely not healthy at all. And learn to spend quality time with your wife and children. Exercise patience and sabr. Don't make hasty decisions. If there's a program to make, always do it with mashwara and consultation. Some people say it's either my way or the highway. Never ever works in a marriage. Impossible. Can never work. There must be communication. There must be compromise. There must be discussion for that. And about the hijrah, she's made a great sacrifice. Leaving her parents' home, coming to yours, appreciate that sacrifice and make sure that whatever you do it for the good of the children and for the good of herself and for everybody else. When, we always mention this, we are reaching the habit of foreign countries. In the past, what used to happen, especially in the time of our parents and grandparents, no warning, no phone call, nothing. 5, 10 mehman, visitors are at the house. What your mother will do, she's going to make fresh curry khichdi, fresh roti, everything fresh, not a complaint. These people came, what they used to say, this mehman is barakat, appreciate, Allah Ta'ala has sent barakat to your house, look after them. Today, like foreign countries, many places, before you come, just phone me that you are coming. I'll tell you when you can come, how long you can stay, and whether you're going to eat or not. We are there in South Africa, we're reaching that point. We are reaching that point. Where is that barakat of the house? That where mehman come to the house, even unannounced, doors must be open. And give due to our Gujarati Indian ladies. Whenever there's mehman in the house, without complaint, you hardly made them sit down there. You get a knock from the back. Come, fetch the tea, fetch the biscuits, fetch the ice cream. Why? I got visitors. Here's it. It's your visitors. She's done the sacrifice. She's presented the tray. Go and give it to them. And if it's meal time, they must have meals and go. They must have meals and go. In this way, look at the sacrifices on both sides. There's got to be give and take. There's got to be compromise. There's got to be communication. And there's got to be compassion and mercy in the hearts of everybody. In this way, Allah Ta'ala will make it means of barakat, stability and peace. And we say that, if you want to one person said, whether your house is 100 square meters or 1,000 square meters, the house is built with stone and rocks and walls. A home is built with love and affection. And you need the home, you don't need the house. And that is why it is mentioned in the hadith also, may your house be expended for you. Means your house may be small, but there's so much of barakat that everybody is comfortable, peaceful, the love, the rahmat, the mercy, everything is descending in that house. The narrowness of the house did not affect the happiness of the house. The happiness has got to be there. Allah make it such that this is only not normally a tip of the iceberg. There are many, many things. And old people that are married for long, they can give you lessons, they can learn. Present, those that are married or going to get married, go through this process of knowing what you're going into. One country, I didn't know the other one, but first they had a law. Anybody who wants to go for Hajj, you must write a test. You must go for lessons on Hajj. You must write a test. When you pass the test, then you're allowed to go for Hajj. I think Malaysia or Indonesia. Now they've come with another test. Anybody who wants to get married or open a business, you must study the laws of marriage. You must study the laws of business. You are supposed to write a test. When you pass the test, they will tell you, now you're fit to get married. All right, South Africa, we can't do it, but a spiritual and educational test we can go through. Am I ready for that? Am I ready for that? And doesn't matter how long you are married, every now and then reflect on your situation. Am I getting better? If I'm improving, if I'm getting better, alhamdulillah, all the better, no problem at all. And that's where we are. If there are any questions, I don't think so there are. Jazakallah, but this is basically the Islamic concept, and it is mentioned that a lady that serves a husband is happy with her, and she passes away in such a manner, the husband is happy with her, Allah is happy with her. She's got the choice of entering Jannah from any door she wishes, because of her sacrifice, And finally, there was one person, very learned, very, very pious. He wasn't good looking at all, absolutely not good looking. His wife, extremely, extremely beautiful. So he tells his wife, you know what? I'm going to go to Jannah because of shukr. You're going to Jannah because of sabr. She says, I don't understand what you're saying. She says, when I look at you, you're extremely, extremely beautiful. I thank Allah Ta'ala for giving me such a beautiful wife. And I'm so, let me use a term, I'm so ugly. When you look at me, you must be making sabr, where did this guy come in my taqdeer? But I accept it because of your sabr, you're going to Jannah. So Allah make it such that we realize our responsibilities, what our duties are, and make it easy for us. And everybody learns by the mistakes. Go forward, talk about it. And if you discuss and talk, we talk about the past to live better in the present and be more successful in the future. That's how it should be. Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Jazakallah for your attention. Allah give us tawfiq, inshallah.